What's up, kings, queens, and everything in between? I am King Taper, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Stay faded.
Catch me riding down Grand in my OG Benz. Drop top on them hoes with the AMG rims.
All right, so we got the one and only King Taper jumping off the porch with us today. Welcome, bro.
Right on, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no problem,
It's a dope setup.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that too, man. How you feeling today too, man?
I feel terrific. I love Atlanta, so it's a little warmer down here than it is in St. Louis. But I love it here, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel great today.
Okay. And what brings you to Atlanta, man? What else you been doing while you been in the city, man?
It's really just promo for real. I went and seen my uncle. I got an Uncle Phil. Shout out to my Uncle Daryl. And yeah, man, I'm just chilling. I really just kind of came down here to do the promo. I did a debut the other day.
Okay.
And I go back tomorrow. I got to get some more money.
There you go, man. So talk to us about St. Louis, man. What be going on up there these days, man?
St. Louis is interesting. You know what I realized by moving back, because I was gone for almost 11 years.
True.
I lived in LA for a while. So coming back to St. Louis, it's a kind of culture shock initially. But I found myself on the south side in Tower Grove. Shout out to Forever Faded Studios, my store. And the dynamics of people there is so different. It's kind of like LA. Look, it's like a small portion of LA tucked into one little community.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because you got people from Russia, you got people from Istanbul, you got people from Mexico, you got people, you know what I mean? It's like a pretty vast community. Right down the street from me is an international school, actually.
Okay, yeah. And do you feel like St. Louis looks completely different when you was a kid up until today, or is it pretty much the same stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot different. They've done a lot of, I would call it, I guess, renovations to the neighborhoods or to the community in general. I mean, now with the tornado where I grew up in North City, we got hit with a really bad tornado.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that I knew growing up is a lot. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like just drive down the street, it looked like initially, especially like when it just happened, it was like a war zone.
True.
Like no lights. It was broken trees, buildings crashed. It was like somebody dropped a bomb on the city or something.
That was just recently, right? That was earlier this year.
Yeah, I think maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. We resilient people though. Shout out to my city.
Yeah. And going to your upbringing, like what type of kid were you growing up in St. Louis, huh?
I was decently privileged actually. I kind of went to the other side to see what it was like. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I played sports. I played baseball for the Astros. Shout out to Matthew Dickey. I was a pretty active kid. I went to a Lutheran school, River Rose Lutheran. So I mean, I was raised correctly. You know what I'm saying? It's something in me, you know, that needed to go see the other side so I can decipher what I actually was. The balance. I'm a Libra, so I guess it's the balance.
Okay.
In me. So yeah, I jumped off the porch kind of early though. We was doing shit we weren't supposed to be doing.
So when you jump off the porch and go to the other side, what was that experience like?
It's fun at first. It's fun because, especially when you get away with it, right? So when you first get away with whatever you're doing, it's like, oh, this is exhilarating. The energy that I guess is the adrenaline, you know, kick in. Then you start doing it a couple more times, and you're like, this ain't, hold on, you know what I'm saying? This shit actually working. Maybe we can make it as a bigger scenario. Then you like, when you get caught, it's like, oh shit. Now, was it, you know, it's just everything kind of hit you, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I've been on papers, and it take your freedom away so quick. You know what I'm saying? Even without being actually locked up, being on SIS probation, it kind of makes, you can't leave, you know what I'm saying? If you get in trouble, you gotta wear an ankle monitor. I ended up having to go to drug class, because I dropped dirty a couple times, and my PO made me go to drug class. But that turned out to be a blessing.
Why so?
Because when I was going through the drug class, the lady who worked for, I guess she worked for the program at the drug class, she said, Jason, if you finish this, that's my real name, Jason, I just dropped my real name. Jason, if you finish this class, we'll send you to school for whatever you want for free.
Oh shit. Well,
I'm like, what? This is Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all can't stand Uncle Sam sometimes, but sometimes Uncle Sam pay off. It's really about knowing the information though, and being able to ascertain and jump on the information immediately. She told me that, and it was a wrap. I was like, let me just look at the list of things that I could do. And barbering, a friend of mine, Joe, he in Houston now cutting hair, but Truth Grooming. But Joe, he told me, I see him on mobile gas station like in the hood. He was like, I was like, bro, I can't keep doing this shit. One of my partners that just got killed, the fucking, the pack guy, it was just it was a lot that happened in that same like week. And I put up on Joe, he was like, bro, you be lining yourself up, you might as well go and go to barber school, you know what I'm saying? Just like hustling, you know what I'm saying? You can cut hair and you can, you know what I'm saying, be like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's interesting. So I cold turkey quit. Cause something just felt hot. You know, you ever just get a feeling like your intuition kick in?
You gotta trust your gut, man.
It felt like that, you know what I'm saying? From the police kicking us in to just a lot was happening at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, let me just not be outside like that, get rid of everything. And barbering worked.
Oh shit.
I took everything I had, I bought that first building on Newstead and Evans. I named it 180 Degrees Barber and Beauty. By the time I graduated, I remember my granddaddy told me I couldn't do it. He was like, you can't have no barbershop before you even got your barber license. Like, you tripping, that's how I can't watch this. So like, I think the class was like 6 months. Within 4, I had got everything situated to open up my store, open up my shop, which is very similar to the store I got right now, oddly enough. But yeah, it just worked, you know? And instead of me stopping, I just kind of kept going.
And how long ago was that you opened the first shop?
2012.
Okay.
I think I graduated in 2009. I opened that store in 2012. My cousin, so I sold the store, the whole building. I own the whole building, right? My cousin came to me. I was in the process of making the sale to the school across the street, and my cousin came to me. He says, "Hey man, you want to go on tour with New Edition?"
Wait, what?
That's my exact response. What the fuck with you? Okay, so all right. So he asked me could I go on to a New Edition to do photography and merchandising. They were doing merchandising and they needed somebody to do the photography aspect. This guy Hood was or Hood. If you in the industry and do security or anything, you might know who Hood is. Hood was Johnny Gill, security guard at the time. So Reese, RP Reese, he was the graphic design guy. Reese was making the covers for the singles that Johnny was pushing at the time, right? So this happens to be my cousin's best friend.
Oh shit.
So they this every day with them. But my cousin know I got some bread, so he like, you know what I'm saying, and I can create. So he like, bro, come do this. So we end up going on the Road to the 30th tour for New Edition. We end up going on tour with them and did photography and merchandising.
Shit, what was that experience like, man?
Ridiculous. It was less inviting than we thought it was gonna be.
For real.
You know, tour life seems fun until you on tour.
Yeah, until you're on the road, like, God damn.
Yeah.
When do I sleep?
Well, and then so the bigger it gets, you gotta have a team. So the bigger the team you gotta have, the more you got expenses. Mm-hmm. The more expenses you gotta have, the more liabilities. So first night, I remember this is right before Instagram really kicked off. I remember we do 6,500 in photos. This on the backdrop. This is just on a backdrop of New Edition. People paying us $25 to stand in front of the backdrop.
Jeez.
So I'm like, man, we gotta do this shit forever. So we get to Kentucky, and we do like 42 because it's a smaller venue. So I'm like, okay, so now I see the variation of how merchandising work and how, you know, the crowd affects the amount of money you're gonna make. So now I'm trying to gauge that because I'm the financier of the whole merchandising aspect. I paid for the clothes to get made. I paid for us to travel and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it turned into something different, you know what I'm saying? We start adding more people. Well, I remember we go back home, add more people. We get them in a van. I remember driving to, I don't know what city we was, but we were just telling them, I'm big on like what you listen to and like becoming what you listen to and things of that nature, like the energy that you listen to. Mm-hmm. So we telling them, me and my cousin in the truck listening to like Earl Nightingale and like fucking Jim Rohn and like we listening to motivational, more so inspirational guided information, you know what I'm saying? So We're driving on the highway. We see them, and right before the stop, we tell them at the gas station, stop listening to that. Y'all, they listening to Maxwell or something, some sad, oh, you know, there's some sad song. I'm like, bro, stop listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna manifest that type of energy. Man, bro, why they on the highway? And all you see is the car or the van leaning to the left. We like, bro, I know they ain't fell asleep. This is the first stretch out on tour. So they actually end up sliding and hitting the meeting because we hitting the horn.
Damn, because you behind them?
Yes, okay. We in the van with all the merch. They in the van with all the people. So it's 6 people in the van.
Well, all 6 of them sleep?
Listen here.
How did no one in the van realize that you're driving off the road?
Listen here. This is what can happen when you're on tour. And this wasn't even my tour. You know what I'm saying? This is like some shit that wasn't even really planned. I just thought we gonna make some money. You know what I'm saying? But that's my first lesson on tour. But tour was fun. We ended up getting kicked off a tour because basically we were trying to monopolize the merchandising aspect of it. So you know, it's a bunch of tables at most tours and shit, right? We were sending girls down with signs directing people to come to our table. So the dudes at the merchandisers complaining and the shit, you know, we trying to arbitrage. They like, you can't do that. We've been doing this for 20 years, da 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 da. And these respected guys, so shout out to them. I ain't mean no disrespect. We gorillas where we, you know what I'm saying, St. Louis, in reference to that type of stuff. So, but yeah, it was a great experience. Shout out to Brooke. He was the final say. Jeff made the real call, but Brooke was the one who was like, yeah, y'all doing way too much.
And were you making music at this point in your life too, or did that come later?
So no, I was not making music at the time, not as a real thing. You know, with my other barbers, we would freestyle. Yeah, at the end of the day, type of thing. But it was never like, oh, I'm a group type of situation. But then I ended up, after getting kicked off tour, I said, you know what? I think it's time to do something bigger. So I ended up, it was a show called Sex and STL at the time. And she was like, the Gabasa, she was doing like these, kind of like 106 and Park type vibe before 106 and Park. But it was like St. Louis version. And she was way ahead of her time, if I'm being honest. And also I think she was in the wrong city to make that happen to that extreme. But it was a dope ass idea, and I decided I communicated with her, you know, get on the show, becoming like a little host or whatever for a couple, maybe even like months. It wasn't even that long. After those 2 months, when I seen what could be done, I'm like, I'm moving to LA. I swear to God, I'm like, I'm moving to LA. This shit is way too pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, me knowing now, okay, just with what I know as a business person, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, me knowing that, if I take this with my energy to LA, but based on how they treat me, oh, this gonna be on. So I packed up. I never been to LA before, and I moved to LA.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's been fun.
And what was it like working in LA, you know, chasing after the music and everything too?
Well, so I really wasn't even chasing after the music. I sold my shop, and I went to a shop called 360. So I went from 180 to 360 Atelier on Melrose, right next to the car wash. And Dave Lavelle, man, he gave me a shot at a time. I could have been anybody, you know what I'm saying? But I came in, I guess he felt my energy. He was like, you know what? No clientele, no nothing. $200 a week, booth rent. Figure it out. Yeah. So he throw me in there. I think the first person I cut was like a San Diego Charger. I'm like, oh shit. This
I'm in the right
spot, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, but still the money still, mind you, I simpingly moved the girlfriend and the kid that she had at the time out there with me. So she was already from LA, but it was turned into a thing. Now I understand that was simping. I shouldn't have did that. But I moved there, so my responsibilities were a lot more vast. You know what I'm saying? So it took more of a toll on me than it probably should have. You know, I guess I needed to learn that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you know, the person you love be, you know, for a different reason. It's something that's internal. I think that's what happened. I think it was something I needed to find in myself that, you know, made me make decisions in my past like that. I guess that's with everybody.
Yeah.
But moving to LA was a great experience. I think just going to Melrose, meeting Mace was the second celebrity I saw. And I was like, damn, this shit is, I'm just walking down the street. But I feel like I manifested him. Cause Mace at the time was really he was on preaching. That's when he went to preaching. And I kind of was I'm into like metaphysical teachings and like Napoleon Hill. I'm into things like, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And I told myself, I can help change the culture with positive energy, you know what I'm saying? Like being like Les Brown is a great motivational speaker, who's one person who I think should be noted, who's OG in this game. But he definitely gave, these type of people gave me the gall to be like, I can go in and when I meet these guys, I can help them not go to rehab, you know what I'm saying? So, fast forward, the shop 360 shuts down randomly. I called it.
You saw it happening?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I saw that happening too because Twan, a guy comes in the shop and he says to everybody in the shop, all the barbers in the shop, man, I go to this gym and it ain't no barbers in there, but they got a salon and it's nothing but celebrities. It's cold, I promise you. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so it's called Equinox. I'm like, Equinox. Oh, okay, all right. So I end up overdrafting my account to become a member. As I'm overdrafting my account, as I'm signing up to become a member, Chris Brown is walking down the steps with his partners from hooping. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, nigga, fuck this overdraft. We finna make this happen. So I go to the gym, overdraft my account. Just so happened that the shop was just finna close. I go to the lady at the salon, Diane. Shout out to Diane. It was called the Michael John salon. So I go to Diane, I say, hey, Diane, it's older, she's 70 years old, this is an older white lady, Jewish white lady, right? So hey, I say, ma'am, I'm a barber and I just moved from St. Louis. I said, I'm not sure if, you know, what y'all got going on, but if y'all interested in my services, like I'd love to work here. And she was like, you know what, we were just talking about that. I said, oh shit, it's on. So I got my money back from my overdraft and I was working there a week later.
Oh, wow. Shoot.
From that day, I'm talking about, this is 5 o'clock in the morning, this Magic Johnson, this Mel Gibson, this Hillary Swank, this motherfucking, this some real shit. It's $300 a month to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? This the biggest one, this is a sports club. It's a sports club.
So that was a good investment you made just by getting that membership.
Fantastic. But I think the best part of the investment was me betting on myself. Me just having the ability to say, you know what? I think this is a good investment. Regardless of if I had the money or not, because I really didn't even have it. It really wasn't an investment. It was way more of a risk than it was an investment. I'm not gonna lie. But like you said, you gotta go with your gut. You know what I'm saying? And my heart said, this make way too much sense. This makes absolutely, and I guess that I got my money back, so it turned out to be an investment. Great risk.
What's been one of the biggest tips you ever got?
When your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. I've been in a bunch of situations where I could have flipped, or things could have flipped. And I was in Colombia. I had just gotten to Colombia. And every time I go somewhere, I'm looking for weed. So I'm like, I pull up, I get a taxi. So I hop in the car, I'm like, Mota, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking him where the weed at. So he like, he like, oh, my friend, amigo. So we circle back around to the airport, he picked this dude up. So dude tries to give me this cookies bag, Ziploc, but it's glued shut.
It's glued shut?
It's literally glued shut. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, he like, open it. And I'm from the streets. I'm like, bro, I'm not opening that shit, because if I open it, it's mine. Real talk, you know what I'm saying?
You break the seal, it's yours.
You broke the seal, it's yours, you know what I'm saying? So we argued for 5 minutes on the way. Mind you, the place that I was staying was 10 minutes away from the airport. We riding around for 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, this also. So we arguing back and forth. We like, you buy. They call some old dude on the phone. On the FaceTime, you pay. He telling me, you pay. I guess when you get in dire situations, I guess I can speak Spanish randomly, because whatever I was saying, it was aggressive enough for them to be like, he ain't playing. So I'm like, take me to my motherfucking hotel. Look, the GPS say, woo, da 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 da. My Spanish got very, very good at the time, I guess. Because these niggas could have kidnapped me. It could have turned into something real, for real. But my attitude was right. And all I was thinking to myself at the time, I'm training heavy. I'm fresh off of Equinox, every day working out. So I'm training extreme. I'm like, bro, I've been waiting on this. I'm gonna kill y'all in this car. This is gonna be the worst tourist incident y'all ever experienced in y'all life. I swear to God, I've been preparing for this my whole life. So beautifully, they dropped me off, mad, cussing me out, angry, because I didn't want to do what the fuck they want me to do. I have a great time in Colombia, and I live to tell that story, and they was like, Mike Tyson. That shit was great. It's just like, I think just having your attitude right, just being able to say, through whatever's going on, that something is good out of this. Things are always working. Abraham Hicks. You ever heard of Abraham Hicks before? Mm-hmm. Abraham Hicks, so it's a lady named Esther Hicks. Esther and Jerry Hicks. Jerry passed away a long time, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, but these are older people. But Esther was blessed with the ability to channel, right? So she channels this entity called Abraham. So they call that, if you look it up online, it's Abraham Hicks. And she has a bunch of lectures, basically. I wouldn't even call them lectures because they're downloads. Kind of like Bashir or anybody like that, but they're kind of like downloads where she's talking from a different place, but giving people insight from the place that they need to get it from. Mm-hmm. So she has this, a 15-minute thing called, it says, things are always working out for me. And if you say, things are always working out for me, things are always working out for me, things are always working out, everything normally seems to work out, because you trick your mind, your reticular activating system in your brain. You're able to trick your brain into believing and seeing certain things. Like when you see a car, you see like you say you want a SRT. If you in your brain really want that, you can program yourself to see only those. And it's like a computer. We are the algorithm. So if your algorithm fucked up, you know what I'm saying? It's because of you. But yeah, I think when your attitude is right, the facts don't matter would be definitely be the number one quote that I found so far. Now it's multiple. Yeah. But yeah.
Going to the music, checked out a few of your videos I wanted to ask you about, man. Let's start with Terrific, because I saw this one went crazy. Man.
Right on. Terrific was fun. Terrific, actually, that's the video I was telling you earlier that was playing at the House game. Shout out to my man DJ Mohawk and my girl A. I actually got video recording of, and this is 2021, so I ain't never, I do music, but I don't know, I just know how to place myself in the right scenarios, you know what I'm saying? And that was one of those scenarios where I just had the right people at the right time in the right situation. So I got a video of people saying, I'm terrific, thousands of people.
Yeah, it's catchy, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that Terrific was, that song in general meant a lot at the time, and it was kind of a grudge too. I cut a lot of executives. I've been around a lot of people, and I really never felt like I received no help. Not to say I deserve no help or that they owe me no help, but I think that when you see somebody talented who really really working, I think you supposed to put your hand on them, you know what I'm saying? Be like, no Diddy. I believe you're supposed to put your hand on them, you know what I'm saying, and help guide them, you know what I'm saying, as an OG. That's really what I think a lot of the issue is. The OGs ain't OGing. My next single, I'm dropping another single called OG. Okay. But I think that's one of the issues, like the OGs really ain't OGing for real. Like they got these young dudes killing, they ain't got no reason for real. Like if we've come from a barbaric past. We all do, you know what I'm saying? So for me to say what people doing is, I'll be wrong for that. But if you ain't got no reason to be operating in that mode, you just walking around gas stations with Dracos and trying to come in my smoke shop with big ass, with masks on and shit, we not doing none of that, you know what I'm saying? And, I think, I think we just in a different time. So that was my goal, is to put some positivity on it. Because even when I went to that negative of how I felt like the executive treated me, I literally tell myself, hold on, keep it positive in the song. Because it's like, bro, don't be tripping on that bullshit. That ain't nothing.
Why do you feel like you didn't get the proper push?
Probably my ego. You know what I'm saying? I think I had developed a character that was so strong at the time that I couldn't, you can't really turn it off. You gotta be a god to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look in the mirror and be like, I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feel like that, no matter what you got. That's what when they say fake it till you make it, that's what they really mean. They fake the feeling. Don't fake all the other shit. Fake the feeling. Fake the feeling of being where you want to be. That's what I get from it. That was, I guess, the Neville Goddard response to it. That's the Neville Goddard response. That's where that would come from. Yeah. But yeah, man, shit. My ego. But I had accomplished a lot, and in my little small world. You know what I'm saying? Not, mind you, I'm coming up and dealing with people who lethal weapon. I'm interacting with Ron Artest. Shout out to Ron Artest. Ron Artest actually was probably one of my favorite clients. Between him and F. Gary Gray. F. Gary Gray took me on set of Straight Outta Compton a few times. That's how I met Dre.
Nice.
So that was dope as fuck. I actually saw Straight Outta Compton before, like when they had the edits and all that shit.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was pretty dope. So he told me, we did a lot of things together too, but I think Ron Artest, he kind of opened up his whole family to me for real. I was cutting the sons, you know, it was, we went on Ridiculousness, that shit was dope. I did a lot of shit with him, you know what I'm saying? Conversations I had with him was a little different than it was with a lot of other people.
And the media likes to portray him as such a horrible person, you know, and all
yeah,
that shit.
Man, you can't, Nas, the line that hate me now. People fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. Guess it's just a theory of man. That's some real shit. Like he's so complex that to understand even what changing your name to Meta World Peace mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you gotta be a different type of individual, you know what I'm saying, to even be around. When I first walked in this, look, regardless of what everybody gonna say about when I say this name, but regardless to that, I walked in this house and seen Brother Polite doing a lecture, like on camera, but he going. He in Polite mode. You know, have you ever seen Brother Polite? Mm-mm. You don't know who that is? Mm-mm. Oh, bro. So go research Brother Polite. Research any of the names I'm dropping. Y'all should definitely go research these because this is gonna be a very helpful interview for a lot of people, just mentally. But yeah, man. You just gotta tap in. Fantastic guy. I have absolutely no bad words to say about him. I hate that people have, Mel Gibson was like that too. People have a very, kind of standoffish way of dealing with looking at Mel Gibson. Because when I was dealing with him, that was right around the time when his daughter showed a video of him drunk on some bullshit, right? So it was kind of a tumultuous time for him too, you know what I'm saying? But when I met him and I communicated with him, it was love, you know. I actually was the first person to get him to come in the salon. I was the first person to get a lot of people. Magic had come in the salon. These people never had come.
How were you getting them to come to the salon?
Me, bro.
I'm saying you were just standing outside like, hey, come in?
No, I'm upstairs. I'm working. I'm upstairs. I'm working out. I'm
Okay.
intermingling. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in a situation. Well, and I'm actually, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different because there's a lot of people that go to that gym or go to places where wealthy people are and try to do it. I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but barbering has allowed me to be able to fit in with a lot of different people. So I've been able to interact and understand from a different perspective a lot of different people, and I'm curious. So I'm not like, when I say my ego didn't give me the help I wanted, I don't mean because I was purposely trying to outshine anybody. But when it's you and you are doing things that people haven't really seen nobody do before and they can't control it, it becomes more of a competitive thing. One of my other favorite clients was Kuda Love. He is the person who owns For Real Entertainment. That's the person who put Nelly and them out.
Okay.
So he definitely was one of my favorite clients. I shit just kind of went different at some point, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize at some point, it's like, damn, we're in competition. And they all richer than me. They all like got beautiful women. They got houses, they got all the shit. I'm like, how could they be in competition with me?
Like Nelly and the St. Lunatics?
No, not Nelly.
Oh, okay.
So Nelly and the St. Lunatics, I actually went and cut Nelly hair twice. I was working at the Beverly Hills Hotel once, and I went and cut his hair at the room. And then after that, I went to another house he had in LA, in Hollywood, I think it was. So I did. So in that respect, this is before he knew I was doing music. But in that respect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mo definitely, you know what I'm saying? I got those 2 shots to be around. So it's less of a beef and more of a stance. It's like, man, like, we live in a world where so much can happen in the city. Like, I feel like Nelly, it's a lot that Nelly could have done for the city that didn't get done.
So you feel like he could have did more?
In reference to the musical community, yes. In reference to artists being put out, and like the school was a cool idea, you know what I'm saying? It was like I don't know what other investments he made in the city or whatever, but I think that aside from that school, I think we should have more artists. Like, it shouldn't have been no reason when we find out later on that he was beefing with Chingy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I'm also, in the same respect, I'm also arrogant enough to make a song called I Want Drake Spot. That song got me kicked off Spotify initially, you know,
why'd you get kicked off Spotify? Just because of the title?
Well, so
or do you feel like he made a call and?
So the day I dropped the song, they gave him 3 Billboard Awards, and he dropped the song with a mixtape or something with Lil Baby, like 3 different like EP with Lil Baby. Now I have been sending the song out to blogs and all that shit. How likely is it that he dropped those songs and got those awards on the exact same day? Very possible. Very, very possible. I don't really believe in coincidences, but very, very possible.
Especially figuring out what type of person, like with this whole shit with Kendrick.
Now you come find out this. This is. I'm 2021. I want Drake Spot. I'm 2021. He been doing lame shit. Let me, like this like what? Come on now. Like we need to let somebody else in. For real. I'm in that like 2021. So and I hate to knock the music. You know what I'm saying? But that's just it's people doing lame shit. You know what I'm saying? Just doing. I don't like that. The nail paint shit, I still ain't figured out what the fuck that fad is. I don't know what the fuck is going on, why that is the thing. But for some reason, painting your nails as a man is like, I wasn't trained like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's some things that I still ain't really, even clear nail polish, get a manicure as a man, you know what I'm saying? Even getting clear nail polish feel different. Like, I got paint on my nails, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying. So for me, I don't know. I'm not knocking nobody who do that. I got a wide array of clients who do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain shit, and they know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like we have candid conversations. I think that's important too. Like with clients, I got LGBTQ clients. I got trans. I got all type of clients. But I've had a black, white, Asian, Jamaican, male, female. I got kids. I got all different type of clients that I deal with on a regular basis. So, but we have these conversations, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the barbershop's still that sacred place.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we still can candidly, I can say things that I wouldn't say up here, you know what I'm saying, in the shop, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be, you know, misconstrued and whatnot. But one day, you know what I'm saying, maybe we'll open up a forum, figure out how to get people in the shop.
Let's talk about this new single, Pull Up. I was telling you, man, like, I really like this song, man.
Right on.
You went crazy on this, man. What was the inspiration for the song when you made it?
Honestly, it was a commercial. The story was the inspiration, of course. The initial, if anybody who's seen the video, I got my man Dustin in the video, and he is doing what happens to us what was happening to us on a pretty regular basis. Since I put the video out, it stopped. But what was happening to us on a regular basis was people would call and say, "Hey, y'all got some weed? I'm trying to get some pounds." You know, I live in my store.
It's a smoke shop, a barbershop, and a studio all in one.
Yeah.
But people were calling you, asking you if you actually had real weed there?
Period. Weed in general. What you got? Weed, pounds, this, that. They asking for these crazy numbers. I'm like, bro, we ain't, just, you know what, just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because we sell THCA. So we still fall under the hemp laws and all that. I know Trump just, shout out to Mr. Trump, or President Trump. He just made some changes to that. He signed something into law, I think, November 12th, that would change that in 2026. But that just means from now to 2026, I gotta get $1 million out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legal now, player. Y'all can be mad. I am not one of them people who be mad about everything that everybody else doing in the world that I can't control. If the rules change, I gotta adapt. There's millionaires out here just because they paid attention. You know what I'm saying? Just because they was on early. And I just don't understand that this old weak mindset of, I ain't saying that, it ain't disadvantageous, but fuck that. They been there. But Pull Up, it was the inspiration behind Pull Up was most definitely what I was doing every day, my clients. Me telling everybody, it kind of turned into a commercial. For real, honestly, bro, it turned into something that I didn't, it was all a freestyle. I don't really write in the booth, really. I just kind of, I do my thing and punch in a lot of times. But it was a lot of that. It was me having a feeling in my mind of, I need to make sure I maximize this, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the first, I got Forever Faded Studios tattooed on me. Excuse me, with my inner child, holding a balloon. So I truly in my soul believe that this was one of the best things that I could have done for myself. When I went back home, I was low-key depressed. Because after leaving LA, I started traveling. I just started traveling to a bunch of different places, Dominican, wherever I could go to kind of escape. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do back in St. Louis. But barbering found me again. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, barbering is the backbone of the smoke shop. Like the barbershop, it took me a year, maybe a year, 2-3 months to even start selling flour out my store. You know what I'm saying? But barbering definitely, it called me back. So, but the flour definitely does make a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
And was the studio always in there, or did that come later on?
No, I put that in there. So this was really crazy is I was on a hiatus from music. I didn't make no music for hellas. And
was it just because of everything that happened in LA to where like, or you just like,
yeah, I was kind of fed up with music.
Did you fall out of love with it, or?
I don't think I never fell out of love with music. I just think that it's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? I think at some points in your life and at some points in your journey, it's a germinating time. Some points it's pick the fruit time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it grow. So I think I needed to become the person who was prepared for what was coming. I don't think I was prepared. Not mentally, not financially, not for what I really want. For what I really wanted since I was 12 years old, I wanted independence. I said I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do it, and nobody say nothing to me about it. And I have an aspect of that right now. I still operate within, the machine, but I operate in a world where my life is making people happy all day long. I cut their hair, they happy. They get the tree, they happy, and I got the best shit you can find. We got infused pre-rolls.
Okay.
Hemp cones, glass tip. I think this is a Georgia pie. The Georgia pie pre-roll, flour by itself is 55%, and I got wax distillate on the outside of it.
Shoot.
This it's like smoking a dab. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just one of the handmade things we got.
Yeah, show off some of the other. Is that a comic book you got right there?
Yeah, this my comic book. So I made a song called Super, and in that song, this is when I really was heavy on traveling. It's around the Colombia time. But in that time, I was like, man, I need to do some merch. You know what I'm saying? I always been pretty heavy on merch as I did the New Edition thing. So I said, man, it'd be cool if cause I draw, I just dabble in a lot of different stuff. So I was like, let me see if I can make the comic book. So I started drawing.
So you drew all of that?
I sketched everything. Okay. I got illustrated to finish everything off.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this is all me.
Is there just one issue? Is there more? Multiples?
More coming. So essentially what happened is I went to I also have a book as well, 10 Code Commandments. This is my first baby. But Super Taper is really, it's essentially based off that song. Okay. And it was a character that I liked. It's kind of based off Mr. Terrific. You ever heard of Mr. Terrific? I feel like Mr. Terrific. I also made a song called Terrific. So it kind of went Okay, you know what I'm saying? The double entendre was already there.
Yeah.
But Super just felt right. I'm talking about traveling and how I get love pretty much everywhere I go. I show love to the people too. So while I was traveling, since I was indulging so much in the culture, we're just gonna leave it at that. Since I was indulging so much in the culture, I wanted to do something to give back. So I started cutting kids' hair for free. You know what I'm saying? When I was out there, just on some random shit. Should have videotaped it, but fuck it. But that gave me a feeling, okay, I'm giving a little bit back so I can kind of kick it like I want to kick it, right? So I get back to St. Louis and I'm like, damn, should I keep going or should I go back to doing that? Should I give me a spot in the like foundation? Drove down the street, seen a building, rented a studio. When I got the studios, it was nothing in there. I put all the shit on the walls. I got a Keith Haring inspired wallpaper. That I really love Keith Haring. I love Basquiat. I love that era of Warhol. I love that era of art. You know what I'm saying? It turned into what it is now. Like I small products. The clients that they start asking me for certain things. You got this bunch. You got that paper. You got this. So I start adding things as people start asking me, and I was already cutting hair. This is my baby. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I get to bless people every single day. And the studio, like I said, it was not there. I built it on a hiatus. I was trying to do music, but I didn't really know like what was next. I never got the feeling of, I tried to go down there a couple times. I didn't have an engineer. I didn't have a producer at the time. I work with a producer down here, Faro Jaro, shout out to Faro. But I haven't really like worked with nobody else at home or even in traveling back and forth to LA. So I'm like, man, I need to get some people. But I was pushing against the universe because everybody I met could use, not Logic, what's the other one? Logic, Pro Tools.
Pro Tools, yeah.
No, but it's not Pro Tools. What's the one that everybody uses? So, FL Studio. So I was meeting a bunch of producers that know how to use FL Studio. Mm-hmm. But I got Pro Tools set up in my shop. So I'm pushing people away. Some talented people. I'm pushing people away because they can only use FL Studio. So I finally say, fuck it. And this kid comes to my store, he could use FL Studios and we make Just Turn 40. And I'm like, all right. But things didn't work out with him. He turned out to be a snake low key, but that's neither here nor there. But that let me know, you know what, I can get the same quality out of, you know, FL that I can if I just apply all the other things that I know about making quality music. I can get the same quality out of FL Studio that I do out of Pro Tools. So instead of pushing people away, I just let somebody else in. The kid I got now is Amari Parker. Great kid, producer and engineer. He dope. He liked working with me, you know what I'm saying? His mom is I think his mom is like my age range. So the insight of the type of music that he makes, some of it comes from that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I go good with me, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that we making together, I mean, is crazy, you know what I'm saying, for real. So 3 songs out of the first week, first session together.
Oh, for real? Okay.
It's like that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to my team. Shout out to Amari.
And podcasts that you got coming out too, right?
Yeah, I'm working on the podcast, Convos with Cool People. Really, I think the biggest thing with the podcast is getting my notoriety up. So I'm more so focused on that. I did just have Paper Trail Promotions, the guys who hosted my high school bonfire, which was dope as fuck. It's like 2,000-3,000 people out there. I got a chance to perform at that. That was dope. So I just hosted them in my store. They also in my music video pull up. So yeah, it was just like a dope. The Convos of Cool People is just an opportunity for me to highlight people who doing things that I believe are cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say, you know, if you don't rock with me, then you ain't doing nothing cool. I'm just saying these are the things that come to my attention, you know, that I try my best to help, you know, assist with promoting. So, yeah, Convos of Cool People. Look out for that. Check out the Paper Trail Promotions interview. Check out the J Bars interview. Check out the Prime Protection STL interview. The Prime Protection STL, I actually grew up with them. They the first black gun store in the city of St. Louis. So they got that within itself is a pretty dope thing. So I think you should check out that. They show a lot of clips too.
Is there a website for the merch too?
Yeah, you can go to my website, foreverfaderstudios.com.
Okay, so you get everything for right there, huh?
Yeah. I'm at this point. I'm kind of a one-stop shop. That's why. I mean, you asked me when I came in, like, you solo? Like, yes, sir. I don't really like moving around with a lot of people. Not to say I'm not connected. I'm pretty tied into a lot of different things and a lot of different people, but I enjoy moving around solo. You know what I'm saying? It definitely adds a different dynamic. Even when at the debut. I gotta say this. They don't. I perform with a 2-track normally. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. All right, so they didn't have an option for that, and that kind of like threw me off a little bit. We gotta figure that out. But I still turned that motherfucker up. So we might keep that. We might cut that. But you know what I'm saying? Cause I love them. I do. Shout out to Tenny and MJ. Yeah. But yeah, I just saying. www.foreverfaderstudios.com. You can go there, pretty much get everything. I'm just linking up to Shopify with Square and everything, so you'll be able to buy. Right now, I can ship. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. You know what I'm saying? How y'all want to make something happen? But yeah, man, I'm enjoying this process. Like I said, being all legal and being able to trap like I'm doing right now, this is dope.
And OG, that's gonna be the next single to drop?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We got pull up 120s and 50s. I gotta do a video for 120s and 50s. Ideally, I might do the video tonight for 120s and 50s, but yeah, I want the video for 120s and 50s because I think that's a dope song too. Actually, not. I think the response from the people, everybody, the response from pull up has been pretty strong, but the response for 120s and 50s has also been strong as well. So I want to do a video for that, and. Of course, Dope said I gotta do a video for that at my store. But the actual single that I think I'm gonna drop next, at the top of the year, is OG.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let them breathe on the holiday season. I ain't gonna press people too much.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there right now.
Go ahead and plug your social media so everyone knows where to follow you too.
You can find me at www.foreverfaderstudios.com, at I am King Taper on Instagram and TikTok. I am King Taper FB on Facebook. King Taper pretty much everywhere else. If you Google King Taper, I should be the first thing that pop up. If I'm not, flag whoever else pop up, so we can make sure that I'm at the top, because it's only one me.
Good show. Any shout outs you want to give before we wrap it up?
Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my city. Shout out to my team at Forever Fader Studios. Yeah, shout out to me. Shout out to my chick. Shout out to my vibe. Shout out to everybody who's been down with me for this whole process, because it took a lot for me to do this. And for the most part, I've been doing a lot of this by myself. Sometimes I had a manifestation technique. So these are candles, by the way. So I got a candle company. So, but you take a candle and you write down the manifestation that you want to attain. You light the candle, let it burn, and meditate on that. That helps manifestations come. It seemed to help me come a lot faster. Call it a ritual. But shout out to me. I'm grateful for this journey I've been going through, and I promise you, I've been doing most of this shit. That's what I was saying. I've been doing most of this by myself. That's what it was. I've been doing most of these things that you see, from the jackets to this. Some of this is new. So shout out to my man Dustin. But everything else, for the most part, I've been doing by myself. Promotion, marketing, everything. And now I'm like, okay, I got a team. So shout out to my motherfucking team. And shout out to my city, shout out to my hood, shout out to Berkeley. And yeah, forever faded in this bitch.
Catch me riding down Grand in my OG